And we're back in literally the exact same spot we left off in. To be honest, could probably have left the recording running there. I thought a thing was going to happen, and instead a kind of awkward conversation about shower curtains. So that was fun. It were about 20 minutes. That's fine length. And we're probably going to be lost for a little while out here, so maybe it's not too bad. Anyway, we're talking to this troll gentleman we found, who appears to be bigger than Big Man Dan. How is this even possible? Before you stands a troll, though it is a stretch to say he's standing at all. His great mass is barely held upright by two vintage prosthetic legs, along with a crutch under one arm. His body clicks and hums with every shift of his weight. Despite these disabilities, his eyes are sharp and calculating, although in the picture he does only have one pupil. I know you. If you know Monica. Sure, I know Monica. You one of hers, then? I'm Big Man Dan, by the way. Good to meet you, Big Man Dan. Name's Alexi Lane. That name I should know? No, I suppose not. Just the way I like it. Should I tell him about Monica? Probably not. Just an unsolicited. By the way, someone you met and possibly know is dead. I'll leave you be. Another kind of awkward conversation, but at least it wasn't about shower curtains. We got Zach Flash. I want to talk to Zach Flash. Is this a thing? There's a lot of glitter here for it to not be a thing. We'll talk to Simmy, because Simmy's near a possible thing. Oh, yeah, that's a data tap. Nice. Warming herself in the dim light of a dying street lamp is a waif of a girl who looks far too worn for her years. The Mother Superior. She says there'll be 7 for me to care for. I need to see them. Okay. Yeah, high as a kite, aren't you? We could fly kites. I should ask Mother Superior. She says I'm to be governess to the children. You notice a chipjack poking out beneath the young woman's unruly hair. The vacant look in her eyes marks her as a likely BTL junkie, lost between reality and any number of better-than-life virtual constructs. I need money to get back to them. Did you know Monica? Did you know Monica's dead? I don't know what to say. I don't know what... This story sounds familiar? Does it? This story sounds familiar. Captain Von Trapp is very well known and respected. The poor dear lost his wife, and the children, their mother. A child should not be without a mother, and a mother should not be without a child. Now it sounds a bit more familiar. Have you seen the captain? I'm gonna, again, not just randomly tell a stranger that Monica's dead and leave, I think, now. I'm gonna step away. Yes, good. I need to rejoin the children. I'm gonna do the data. Oh, phone's ringing. Go get it. It's an old, obsolete phone booth. It's ringing. Pick up the receiver. A monotone, pitch-adjusted voice begins speaking almost immediately. The Shockwell and Rita's contact for this keys is no more. Big Man Dan is listed as a follow-up contact. This is our only secured line to the keys. Please listen to the following instructions carefully, if you're a supporter of our cause. Let's keep listening. We have phone booths in strategic locations throughout the city. Within each one, you may find a request posted for the specific information. If you can obtain a copy of this information, return here and submit it via the port below the receiver. We will verify the authenticity of the information remotely and post an undoctored copy of it onto the Matrix ourselves. It is our stated goal for this information to remain free to all. However, you'll be compensated for sought after information returned to this location. The line goes silent. I'll keep an eye out. The line remains silent. Hang up the receiver. Let's do the data tap over here. We did it. And what's the deal with this statue? While we're in the vicinity. A bizarre monument towers before you. At the top of the pedestal, the form of an angel stands. Its outstretched wing... Give me a minute. It's the shower curtains got me this time. Its outstretched wings looming over the small park, though the material's strange and uneven, giving the statue a cold, Frankenstein-esque appearance. It appears that the artist has welded the monument together from various metal scraps and pieces of junk. As you approach, a small, grimy monitor at the base of the statue flickers dimly to life. The grainy face of a smug young orc appears on screen. Hello there. I'm Herbert Kunzel, the creator of this monument. What would you like to know? Press the 1 key for statue name. This is my tribute to victory. The victory of anarchy. It is both a citation and a parody of the statue we destroyed some 20 years ago. You may remember it from the history trids as the... Sigasalu. Or Goldels. Installation history. Isn't it obvious? The Sigasalu, a monument to the hubris of the Prussian state, gets blown to bits. So someone takes a lot of bits and builds a monument to the hubris of anarchy. About the artist. I am the visionary Herbert Kunzel from the Lindwormer you might know me from. Okay, well there isn't much I'm known for, yet, but I intend to change that. All art is born from misery, after all. We'll leave the statue alone. We only got 1 data tab left. And we got someone over here who had a fancy name, didn't they? We gotta talk to him. It's Zach Flash. What's your story, Zach Flash? This elf has clearly seen better days. His skin is weathered and emaciated, as though it's been stretched too tightly over his frame. Track marks line the crooks of his arms, and dirty bandages wrap his knuckles. It's not as cool as I imagined. Despite all of this, he seems cheerful enough. The elf fixes his twinkling, bugged-out eyes on yours and offers you a broad smile, displaying a set of impossibly white teeth. When he speaks to you, his voice is surprisingly deep. Guten Tag, mein Freund. You here for some magic? Because Zach Flash, he gestures himself with a dramatic flourish, is your magic man. Are you a street mage? Zach lets out a throaty, barking laugh. Street mage? Me? Do I look like a street mage to you? He shakes his hand, but his smile doesn't waver. He fishes a small bag of pills out of his back pocket and dangles it before your eyes. No, chummer, I'm not a street mage. I've got the magic in my blood and the magic in these bags, but you won't catch old Zach studying any spellbook. Should I ask him about the magic drugs he's trying to sell me? Absolutely. Well, in that case, let's talk about the magic you've got in that bag there. What have you got? Oh, a little bit of everything. I've got your Zen and your Hyper, your Nitro and your Nova Coke. If you want it, I've got. Zach leans towards you and lowers his voice to a conspiratorial whisper. I've even got a special concoction of my own design, but I wouldn't recommend it unless you're serious about getting high. So, you want to conduct a little business? I kinda want to buy drugs from this man. I feel like Big Man Dan would not approve of this, though. We'll ask him about his special concoction, though. No harm in it. Flash's grin broadens even further. His mouth is disturbingly large, and there's something menacing about the sight of those 2 white teeth. This is the real deal, chummer. Proprietary blend, designed and delivered by yours truly. Pharmaceutical grade kamikaze cut with genuine spirit residue from the tear. and then mixed with my secret blend of herbs and spices. He produces a small packet filled with iridescent purple granules from the pocket of his dirty jeans. You want to get high? Buy some Nova Coke and throw yourself a pie. But if you want a saw, you get yourself some flesh. We'll see what we've got. It's very expensive, these drugs. Nah, I don't think Big Man Dan's interested. These look like the kind of drugs you take to make you better at fighting, and I definitely don't think Big Man Dan's not juicing. Everything he's got is organic. And that's the last data tap. There's a few places we could go. I did notice we could go down this path. Oh wait, that's where we came from, isn't it? Yeah, let's not go there. We don't really want to go to a cyber clinic. We'll have a look in. There might be someone to talk to. Big Man Dan is always out to engage with the locals and generate some conversation. As you are resetting the data tap, you notice that someone has duct taped a small homemade receiver to the system. An earplug dangles from the receiver. Put the earplug in your ear. The sound of heavy machinery makes it difficult to hear the words that are being spoken. After a moment, you find you can make out two distinct voices. A nasal woman who sounds like a heavy smoker, and a man who speaks in a high-pitched, breathy tone. Just heard, Monica. Need to verify. Good for us. Continue listening. A sound like a conveyor belt starting adds to the noise of the machinery, and you can't make out anything else until it comes to a stop a minute later. Think our next step? Wait, isn't ready to make a move yet. To be patient. See who steps up. Could be someone more. Should we keep listening? We're not really getting much from this. Let's... Big Man Dan's also notoriously nosy. More conveyor belt start. All you can hear is the sound of machinery. Okay, I think we're done here. Lots of conveyor belts and motors were stopping us from being able to hear anything else. I kind of just want to take in some of the setting. So, sorry everyone if this is boring to you. I don't know a lot about Shadowrun. Kinda wanna. As you approach the elf, you notice that he's in mid-conversation. His lips move rapidly, and his voice comes out in a low, quiet tone. The glossy plastic shell of a high-grade comlink glints on his wrist. We'll listen in. Notoriously nosy. Doing your best to look uninterested, you lean in slightly and strain your ears. You find that you can make out the doctor's end of the conversation. No, the price I'm quoting you is more than fair. Well below the market value. In fact, if you can't pay it, that's your problem. I thought there were a second comma and a full stop. That didn't... The intonation was wrong, but the words were... I got the words right for once. Yes, I know that the price has gone up. This is a seller's market. Well then, you'll just have to find the money or go without. I'm sorry, but I have to go. I have a patient. He presses a button on his comlink and looks up at you, a $1 million smile on his face. Sorry about the wait, my friend. Welcome to the Triage Cyber Clinic. He extends his hand to you. I'm Dr. Xavier Esquivel, and your name is... I don't like him. Refuse. My name is none of your concern. The smile dies on his face. He lowers his hand. I was just being polite, Big Man Dan. I know who you are. Word travels fast in the cruise bazaar. So tell me, what do you want? He might sell medkits. We go through those. How much money have we got? We got a bit of money. We can buy a couple medkits. Should we just take all of his medkits? If we're not buying anything else, which is the case so far, we should probably stock up on medkits. Okay, now we're full on medkits. We have many of them. Where did this AK come from? I thought I threw this away. Oh no, I put it in the locker, so I won't have to look at it. Big Man Dan doesn't do guns anymore. Tried it once, it didn't like it. We could buy some drugs. We know a very nice man who sells drugs. But I think we can probably just head back for now. If I had other characters, I might buy some of the stuff. Because I want to get some of the throwable ghosts for Dietrich. But he's not here, is he? Am I going to give the dog the throwable ghosts? Sorry to sound crazy. I'm aware the throwable ghosts did not make it into the video. That was the failed attempt. No, it was the one after the failed attempt where I did it off camera. Altug smiles at you from behind the counter. Welcome back, honored offender. How may I serve you? You'll notice when I don't know how to pronounce something exactly, I just say it fast. That's my strat. Sorry about that. It's probably better than me tripping over it for 10 minutes. Yeah, you know, leave a comment if you'd prefer that. Or genuinely leave a comment telling me how to pronounce things. I finished with your little trifle, Buragazi. Ah, very good. I assume you had no difficulties. Should we tell him it's tapped? Yeah, let's tell him. Difficulties? No. One of the taps has been modified a bit, though. Someone was using it as a surveillance device. He laughs. Of course they were! I would be surprised if they weren't. This is Berlin, after all. In the flux, everyone spies. If you do not spy, how will you know who's in power and who will be in power next? If you are to stay here, offend him, you must get used to it. Who enters the Turkish Bath will sweat, as my uncle Tedema always says. We should not have nacked on whoever was doing the spying. Nevertheless, I shall have one of my people look into it. With that out of the way, let us return to our pressing business. He backs a stream of rapid-fire Turkish, and the gum-chewing young woman comes hurrying out to the counter. Out of the counter, she just leaps out of the cash register. Oh, jeez. Doing this series has reminded me that I can't read. The menu for her Amsoil, uncle. Kami hands you a folded piece of paper. Inside is a memory stick. Please extend my consolations to him. The death of Fräulein Schäfer must have hit him hard. Buragazi gives Kami a small nod, and she hurries out of the room. When she's gone, he returns his attention to you. Please express my Please express my condolences as well. I've only just heard about the news. Monica was an important part of this community. He frowns. Few people know how important. The memory stick Kami just handed you should contain all the information her Amsoil requires from our chief in the field. Should you require my services in the future, you know where to find me. Until then, good day. I guess we head back now. We met a lot of new friends. Met a lot of strange people. We got threatened by a man who sells guns, just openly in the middle of the road. This is the wrong place. Is this the wrong place? No, this is the right place. So then which place is it? We haven't been to this place. It's a train platform. I'm not that worried about what's to the train platform. Probably go there when we need to catch a train. She didn't get to do much with the dog, though. I think he goes away after this. He didn't interact with anything. How do we keep the dog? But then I don't want the dog to get into the fights because the dog might die. Okay, we're back. We'll talk to Paul Amsoil. Big man Dan. Amsoil peers at you apprehensively. His eyes are bloodshot, his expression grim. Did you get the information about Green Winters? Yes, I spoke to Altug. He gave me this memory stick. Let us see what his agent has to say. Amsoil snatches the memory stick from your hand and slots it into his computer terminal. He navigates a series of command line menus, and a wall of amber text floods the screen. Amsoil scans it, mouthing the words as his eyes flit back and forth. Burak Ghazi's agent tailed Green Winters to a hotel in a cesspool of Kies called Dragonkeep. The hotel is called Das Kesselhaus. It is a renovated factory nestled deep in the heart of the Dragonkeep. It appears that Winters is holed up there. Recently, there was some connection between two gangs over control of the neighborhood. Due to the gang violence, the agent refused to follow Winters inside of the hotel, but he confirms that he's still inside. Well, what are we waiting for? Eager slings a rifle over his shoulder with a single spare motion. Gear up, people. We have a hotel to raid. Glory and Dietrich pause, exchange looks with Paul. Just a moment, Eager. Amsoil rises from his chair, drawing himself to full height. Even so, he has to crane his neck to look her in the eye. You are an excellent soldier, and nobody questions your competence in the field. Your loyalty to this team is equally commendable. That said, we believe that Big Man Dan is the right choice to lead this team. You fools, why have you made this choice? Give it to the dog. There's a long pause before Eager speaks. When she does, her voice comes out dull and flat. What? Don't mistake this decision for a reprimand. Monica considered your contributions to the team to be invaluable. But we all know that she wasn't comfortable putting a soldier in charge. Eager speaks through clenched teeth. Her words are measured, but her expression is livid. This is unbelievable. You want to put the rookie in charge? Again. She shakes her head. Don't you people learn from your mistakes? Big Man Dan is the reason we're still alive, Eager. He kept us together. He led us out of there in one piece, making him your golden boy. She sounds tired, resigned, but above all, disappointed. This is more of your flux state idiocy at work, isn't it? Dietrich reaches out, puts his hand on her shoulder. It's what Monica believed in. Eager's voice tightens. For a moment, her control slips and her face contorts in grief. Yeah, and look where that got her. She straightens to her full height. Let me give you a piece of advice. In the field, only two things matter. The mission and survival. Everything else is a distraction. Your ridiculous politics have no place on a Shadowrun. Dietrich manages a smile. What can I say? We're German. We have a history of strong political views. Eager sighs. The tone of resignation returns to her voice. Screw it. Let's put an end to this. I've got the skill and experience to lead this team. Big Man Dan, on the other hand, was appointed by Monica as a joke. If you'd rather he take the lead, I'll abide by that. But I want to hear each one of you say it. Torn between, this is I think the top one. I like it. They already have, you just weren't listening. You stay out of this. She stabs an hammered finger in your chest, hard. The moment she raises her hand to you, Dante's ears lay back and he lets out a low growl. Reflexively, she takes a half step back. I think we've heard what Dante has to say. As for my part, Big Man Dan saved our lives back there. You may not believe it, but he did. The way I see it, that means I follow his lead a while longer. Glory's voice is uncharacteristically gentle. I trust in Monica's judgment. Therefore, I trust in Big Man Dan's judgment. The discussion is finished, Eager. Amsoil speaks softly, but his tone is firm. Big Man Dan will take Monica's place as the leader of the team. Ooh. What's his leadership style here? What's he about? We got the edgy option. We got the angry option. I see him as a practical everyman sort. Look, we're in over our heads, but whatever we stumbled into tonight, I'll see us through. Glory and Dietrich nod in agreement. Dante nudges your leg with his head. Alright. Fine. She shakes her head in exasperation. Her voice is heavy with defeat. Looks like the rookie's in charge again. It's time to move on. We need to focus on chasing down Green Winters. Indeed. I've transferred the information that we received from Altug to the computer terminal in the next room. It used to be Monica's personal workstation, Big Man Dan. Now it's yours. Monica kept a variety of notes and dossiers on the machine. I would suggest reviewing her notes when you have the time. Dossier is such a good word. Sorry. Amsoil turns his attention away from you and back to his computer screen. Good hunting. I will eagerly await your return. I wouldn't suggest driving to Dragonkeep. The roads aren't safe. Taking the U-Bahn would be faster anyway. Thanks for the tip, Igor. U-Bahn it is. Igor nods, then returns to check her equipment. The rest of the group disperses in turn. So this'll... Ooh. This is, You can now command a team of Shadowrunners. When traveling to new mission locations, you'll be able to choose which members of your team to bring and modify their loadout on the run. When members of your team become permanently incapacitated on a mission, they'll automatically be extracted for emergency care. Okay. There's no permadeath. But we can carry trauma kits to avoid the loss of firepower. I think we got a couple of those. Good to know. We'll check the computer and that'll probably take us up to the start of the mission. So we'll stop then. It's already gone a little bit long. Especially if you count the last bit. Before the shower curtains. Your workstation and mission computer. This command center for your team's your workstation and mission computer. The command center for your team's operations. In your last link to the memory of Monica Schaefer. Her thoughts and words live on in this machine. At times, it's easy to forget that she's gone. The cool blue tones of the workstation's main menu fill the screen. A blinking message in the upper right corner notifies you that you have 0 unread messages. Big Man Dan doesn't know how computers work, so he's going to check his inbox for his new messages. He doesn't have any unread messages. Could look through Monica's old messages. He's very nosy. I suppose we've got to do that now. Hello, Ace. The screen flickers to life, and Monica's face appears. Her hands are on her hips, and she's wearing a wry smile. Hey, Ace. If you're reading this, it means that I've either died or stepped down. Hopefully the latter, but probably the former. Not many Shadowrunners make it to retirement age. In any case, I'm sure that you'll do a fine job in the role. If you need anything, talk to Paul. He's a good man, and he knows how important it is to me that you take my place. One last thing, Ace. Ega might cause you some problems. In fact, I think it's a fair bet she already has. Just remember, she brings something to the team that nobody else does. A gun. That's not what she said. You'll want her on your side. My advice to you is this. Hold your own with her. If she pushes you, push back. Don't try to butter her. I'm very northern, so a lot of consonant noises like this is very difficult for me to say. Don't try to butter her up with flattery. She'll see right through it. Most of all, do what you can to earn her respect. She'll never be satisfied following you if you don't give her a better reason than because Monica said so. I've got faith in you, Ace. It's up to you to justify that faith. She half turns away from the camera, then returns her attention to you. The image is uncannily lifelike. Oh, and by the way, Ace, if you botch this, I'm coming back and I'm haunting your ass. I mean that. The message ends, and the image fades. You find yourself back at the inbox. Well, that was nice. Could look at the personnel files. Get the details on the boys. I don't know what Shadowland BBS is, and it sounds scary. Big Man Dan's not going to go there because you don't want to catch a virus. And I don't think we need to open the jobs directory because I think we're already on a job. So let's just look at the personnel files. Ooh, I want to see what she thinks of us. Image of Monica smiles on the screen. Big Man Dan, my secret weapon. I've run enough with Big Man Dan to know that he's trustworthy. Good in a fight too. Debatable. But beyond all of that, it's just good to see him again. There aren't many people left from the old days. Far too few. And Big Man Dan? She smiles. Well, he was always the best of them. She takes a deep breath, then shakes her head with a sigh. God, that was sappy. Mental note, re-record this before Big Man Dan gets a chance to see it. At any rate, if anything happens to me, it's good to know that he'll be on hand to fill my shoes. It's not what Ego would want, but it is what would be best for the team. Give us the scoop on Ego. The image of Monica winks onto the screen. Ego. What to say about Ego? She's smart, she's strong, and she's one hell of a soldier. In a close-up fight, I've seen her take apart an entire security team with her shotgun. She's even more dangerous at range. It's a handy thing, having a trained sniper on the team. All in all, we enjoy one hell of an advantage thanks to her. Unfortunately, there are some disadvantages too. All of that military training has left her, how to say it, rigid, I suppose? Unlike the others, Ego isn't content to go with the flow. She wants lists, and maps, and timetables. She wants a hierarchy, and she wants it formalized. I don't think that she's realized it, but giving her what she wants would destroy this team. Glory and Dietrich won't put up with it for more than a few days. I know that I wouldn't, but she keeps on pushing, all the same. Monica shakes her head. One of these days, the situation's going to come to a head. Just hope it doesn't happen too soon. I might leave the rest for later. Don't want to go over long, and we're very interested in the Ego situation. We want to try and calm the tensions in the group. That's going to be it for now, I think. Yeah, everyone else is behaving. It's Ego we want to know about. Anyway, that's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching. It's been fun. I don't know if this is worth... If anyone had enjoyed watching this, but I really enjoyed it. I don't know. Well, I'll see you next time, folks. Thanks for being here.